Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a full review for you of the Mallery Designs Phorus. And when I say holy shit, I mean holy motherfucking shit, okay? This knife is absolutely incredible. Home run. Dylan, you are the man. Okay, first off, it's not tiny. Thank you. You know, I can get a full grip back here, and I can slay dragons, okay? Then I could choke up, and now I could shave dragons. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I've had this knife for like 4 days, okay? I think I got it Monday. Today's Thursday. I did the unboxing and disassembly and posted it right away. I'm filming this now, and it's probably not going to post till the end of November, so it'll seem like a long time for you guys. It's only been 4 days for me, and you're going to ask, Kev, why are you doing a full review after 4 days? Especially when basically 36 of those hours were this knife sitting there Loctiting. Actually more, because I let it sit for like 20 hours, maybe a little less, and I got anxious and I started playing with it at my desk, and then I noticed it was loose. The pivot was walking, and the M right here was actually tilted a little bit, and that made me realize that I put the pivot screw when I was tightening it and shit in the video. I must have gotten the angle wrong. The D shape didn't drop in properly or something, so it was gonna loosen no matter what. So I redid it, and I let it sit for at least 36 hours this time, which should be plenty of time for that fucking Loctite to have done its job. I usually try to let them sit for at least 36 to 48 hours when I mess with a knife, because I find even 24 sometimes isn't enough. But anyway, so I've really only carried this 2 times, maybe 3, and I've fidgeted with it a lot. I've taken it apart and all that, but I can already tell you, this is a home run. Like, I don't need to spend weeks with this thing. And no, it's not because I'm going to turn around and sell it right now. This thing ain't going nowhere. This is my Mallery Phorus number 47, I think, or 48. And it's not going anywhere. This is important to me because I love Dylan. I'm trying to get him on the podcast Saturday, which for you would have been like a week and a half ago. Hopefully it happened. Hey Dylan, thanks for coming on. If you did. If you didn't, fuck you, man. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, that's kind of the background story. I pre-ordered this after actually handling the prototype at Blade Show. So I knew I wanted it, right? I almost bought 2 on the pre-order, decided not to. Kind of regret it. Kind of wish I had 2 so I could lord it over somebody and then be their little helper and sell it to them. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to get Kyle one of these, though. That son of a bitch didn't order. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him right now. We need an intervention. Kyle's not buying knives, guys. He's more worried about his family and his house and shit. Fucking bastard. Love you, buddy. So anyway, let's get into it. Aesthetically, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. If you've seen the drawing or the render or the 3D prototype of the knife I designed with Colin, it's kind of similar to this. I mean, it's a sheep's foot blade. It's a bolster lock, obviously, so there's titanium and all that involved. But it's got a similar outline. This one's got a little more curve to the handle and contouring and such. And it's probably going to be a thinner stock on this guy. I'm going for a deep hollow if I can. And the whole shape's different. Anyway, silhouette is close. So you know I love it. It's kind of like a shrunken down Evo as well. So it's just a design style that I absolutely love, right? So aesthetics, gorgeous. This marbled carbon fiber, man, I got the sun popping off of it right now. Just look at this. Just look at it. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. You have a 3D milled clip that works fantastically. You have a full-length backspacer, well, almost, which is awesome, right? Just very, very well done. Got that hole cut out with no bead blasting anywhere. Love it. And then you got the M on the pivot for my boy M. Miller 4, or Mallery, as some would call it. Ergonomics are fantastic. It's a skinny knife, skinny handle, right? It's thin and skinny, but man, it fits my hand pretty damn good. We got a 3.5-inch blade on this sucker, so you're probably looking at like 8.2, 8.1 overall. It feels really good in hand. Nice, big, generous choil. God, the ergos are good on this thing. That takes me to cutting. Dude, this thing is a freaking laser beam. I mean, look how thin that stock is, and then it comes down to a beautiful edge. Artisan does a great job. This is S35VN, which I really like that steel. Yep, I really like S35. I feel like companies heat treat S35 better than they do M390. So I tend to sometimes have a better time with their S35 than M390. Just saying. It does have a stone wash on it. It was going to be satin, but it was changed, which I think is good because a lot of people are going to be carrying and using this knife. So a stone wash is good. It's also better for keeping rust away. So I'm down with that. Yeah, cutting, fantastic. I didn't mean to blow kisses. I meant to go, ah, like an Italian chef, but I went, anyway. Carry, yep, it's a dream, man. This thing is so lightweight with these carbon fiber scales, just a thin nested liner lock, thin blades stock, so it's just really good. This clip has excellent retention, man. It just goes in and comes out, stays in. You have a little bit sticking out, but for the people who like to have something to grab, you got it. For the people who don't, it's not enough to be a bother. So carry is fantastic. Sounds. So, sounds, I gotta give it a little bit of a ding on the sounds. It's not really like enthusiastic or like, oh, this is awesome sounds. It's kind of just like click, and then it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of has a little bit of a Kaiser to it, which you know I hate, how it has a little bit of like a rattle to it. Part of that is just because you have such thin metal liners in there and they're not titanium. That's probably part of it. Steel liners. Just doesn't give it a premium sounding feel. This sounds like a budget knife. So it has the sounds of like a Feldspar or Mallery Centros. And I'm not saying that's bad. It just doesn't have that premium kind of sound to it. That, since we're talking about that, the feel of the carbon fiber, even though it looks gorgeous, it doesn't quite feel expensive or premium. It kind of feels budgety too. So you get budgety sounds and kind of a budgety feel, but you get a very premium look. And you do get a premium build, other than the fact that it's a steel liner and not titanium. I think a lot of what I'm describing as budgety is just because of how thin the knife is overall. That is changing the acoustics, it's changing the feel in hand, and I think that's where that all stems from. It's not enough to bug me or anything, but I definitely want to mention it. On the other hand of this is a $175 knife. This is not a $500 knife. This is not a $400 knife. This is not a $300 knife. Duh. I just said it was $175. Idiot. So it's not gonna feel like a 520 or an Evo 2.0, right? It's not gonna have that. It doesn't have thick slabs of titanium and chunks of carbon fiber. It's got a thin scale of carbon fiber over a steel liner. It does have a titanium backspacer and clip that are very nice, but you get what you pay for, right? And Dylan wasn't trying to sell a $500 knife. So again, not a negative, just something I want to note. That takes us to action, and Artisan is one of those companies. I've said this before. Artisan is one of those companies, I just said it again, where I would trust them to make my knife. I would trust them, I should take that back. I trust them to nail the detent on my knife if I did a knife through them. I wouldn't worry about the detent. There's some companies, Riot, QSP, hopefully they're working on prototypes for me. I'm pretty sure they're good at that. And Artisan, where I'm just not worried about detents. If this was made by Best Tech or I'd be fucking worried out of my ass if it was going to be right. And then I'd have to check every single one, not Best Tech. I would know they're all going to be light. But I would have to check every single fucking knife to make sure the detent was the same or within a good variance. Because you're going to get some that are too light, some that are too strong, and some that are perfect, right? Even if 80% of them are perfect, well, that's 20% people are getting shitty ones, right? Artisan seems to nail it the same every time. So, yeah. So action on the open, man, you get this beautiful hole. You can pop it from the bottom of the hole, and you can pop it from the top of the hole. The higher you go, the stronger the detent gets. But it's never weak to where it's not going to deploy. I don't think I could fail it from down, even if I went down here. Nope, can't fail it. Obviously, it's not flying out down there, but if I move up a little bit, bang, flies out, left-handed, right-handed. Another reason I love this is it's a liner lock, nested liner lock, so you don't have issues left-handed, no pressure issues, which is awesome. I wish it had a reversible clip. I tried to get Dylan to do that, but I think it was too far along at that point. Plus, it mounts from the inside, and he didn't want to break up the shell side. I don't want to break up the shell side. That's what all the fucking makers say. God damn it. Fucking hate us lefties. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you, Dylan. I'm just messing around. That's what you hear from a lot of people, and I get it. Look at that show side. It's fucking gorgeous. So, all right. Action's great. Closing. Right-handed, bang. Drops right there. Little shake, she's down. She's not a guillotine. She's not a free faller. You got to give her a little shake. Now, I tuned mine to have absolutely no blade play at all. When I got it, it came with some play because they were trying to play me and get me to fall for the crazy droppy action. I'm just kidding. That's just how they said it. When I check for play, guys, I fucking wrench, all right? This has none now. So I tighten that pivot down, Loctited it, still drops to my nail, easy shake. I was sitting here driving to where I am now, the post office, and I was going, damn, I look like my motherfucking boy, John Evans, driving in his car doing this, filming that shit for Instagram. Shout out to John. I hope you got one of these, buddy, because this is your perfect companion for your trips to Huntsville. Anyway, action's incredible, guys. Value, 175 bone, 85, 185 shipped, I think it was. Totally worth it. Is it the best $180 knife out there? It's one of them, I'll have to say. The Kunwu Tao is $185. That one kind of is, you know, you're talking titanium, Damascus, M390, perfect satin grinds, drop shut guillotine action. That's hard to beat, but this thing is incredible. I love having a knife with a hole for deployment. I love marbled carbon fiber. I love good action. I love a 3.5-inch blade. I love a finger choil. I love a thin slicey blade. I love when a stonewash is done well, and I love when S35VN is done well. I love Dylan Mallery, and I really like Artisan cutlery. So for me, this is a home run, guys. If you weren't able to get one, I'm sorry. I tried telling you. I shouted from the motherfucking rooftops about this knife when it was on pre-order. I had Dylan on the live stream to talk about it so you could get one. And then I kept posting. They were still available. So if you didn't get one, I'm sorry. You know, that's your fault. I'm just kidding. But they may pop up on the secondary. There's only 200 of them right now. I'm hoping he does a second run, maybe with a lefty clip. Or a different scale or something. It's definitely a model that does not need to disappear. This is a model that needs to be done in different variations, a full tie version, a frame lock version, a bolster lock version, whatever. He's got a great design here, and he should definitely just take off with it. So I love this knife, Dylan. I recommend it to everybody. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.